Evening. Thank you for joining me today on another episode of Secrets of the Stones. Today I would like to discuss hematite because it is mentioned in many of my videos at the end as a stone that recharges other stones. Hematite was called red stone that perpetuates the generations, master of bloodstone, and ochre stone in ancient Chinese medicine. Hematite appears in grainy or bulbous masses and sometimes as blocky, platy, or tabular crystals. It can be a metallic gray, black, brown, or dull to bright red color, and it usually has a variable appearance. Hematite also has a tendency to get browner with age. Red and black are associated with the elements fire and water. Hematite is composed of iron oxide, and usually it is pure, but it can also contain impurities such as titanium, aluminum, and manganese. The name hematite is a reference to its association with the hemoglobin molecule, pictured here. Iron in hematite nourishes hemoglobin, which transports oxygen into the blood. Hematite was known as bloodstone because of its relationship with the blood. It is beneficial for the blood level, or nutritive yin level, and can be used to recharge other stones that treat this level. Its relationship with the pericardium meridian enhances the ability to protect the self and encourages healing from wounds inflicted by the world. Here is a picture of the pericardium meridian. It was thought to be the original heart meridian. The pericardium encloses the heart. And it begins at the tip of the middle finger and runs along the inner forearm and ends in the chest area. Many stones have an effect on the blood. For instance, garnet invigorates and nourishes the blood. Pyrite warms the interior and breaks up blood stagnation caused by cold, although it is incompatible with hematite. Lapis lazuli nourishes the blood stored in the liver that has been damaged by heat. Dumortierite manages blood by strengthening the spleen, which governs qi and nourishes blood. Due to its high iron content, this stone is highly charged and easily magnetized. It has the ability to conduct intentions very easily. Its high iron content gives it the ability to absorb and also to retain heat. Hematite can act like a sponge to absorb the nature of an illness. It is the heaviest stone in the materia medica. It is very yin and very anchoring, meaning it is very consolidating. Hematite has the ability to draw blood and energy downward to the pelvis and the lower extremities. And so it is especially appropriate for conditions that affect the lesser Shaoyin meridians, meaning the kidneys and the heart, pictured here. And these conditions that affect the lesser Shaoyin include leakage of qi and excessive sweating. Energetically, hematite has a strong association with the conception vessel, or Ren meridian, which runs along the midline of the front of the body. Hematite appeared in the divine farmer's materia medica as an elder stone. It was popular back then for nourishing the blood and vital qi, especially in women. The renowned physician Li Shizhen noted it for its ability to treat hundreds of gynecological conditions. It was mentioned in the Shanghan Lun, the treatise on coal damage, as a heavy substance. In the Shanghan Lun, it was combined with the heaviest flower, inula, or xuanfu hua, in decoctions that were intended to treat blood clots and post-surgical complications. Archaeological evidence suggests the stone was used by early man in the area of Mossel Bay in South Africa as early as 164,000 years ago. They believe it was used to make ritual markings. It can be found in many locations around the world. The best specimens are said to come from England, Mexico, Australia, and the Lake Superior region of North America. Tumbled and polished stones come from Brazil. It is the source of the red color of soils throughout the world. And even on other planets. The Curiosity rover identified 2 locations on Mars that contain hematite. Here is a hematite deposit on a rock near Mount Sharp in the Gale crater on Mars. So, what are the functions and uses? Well, this stone anchors rebellious qi and subdues excessive liver yang in the process. It is beneficial for treating cough, wheezing, and asthma, as well as high blood pressure. Hematite breaks up stagnant qi and blood and can be used to address Wei syndrome or atrophy syndrome, which primarily affects the stomach meridian and presents with neuropathy, numbness, or paralysis, especially in the lower limbs. It is beneficial for regulating an irregular heartbeat, for addressing scanty menstruation or absence of menstruation, for varicose veins, impotence or frigidity, and poor circulation in the hands and feet, which is sometimes seen in Raynaud syndrome. Well, it is the primary symptom of Raynaud syndrome. Hematite clears heat in the blood and may help stop bleeding from wounds. Emotionally, the stone can help ground and mend a soul that seems fragmented. It can benefit the person who behaves in a childlike manner, especially if they have a history of abandonment, whether real or imagined. It is especially beneficial for orphans or those who were born prematurely or had uncaring mothers. The great alchemist Ge Hong recommended a visualization to bring change into one's life. At the end of the day, focus on the parts that did not work out or on the parts of the body that feel broken. Picture the self as a child who is nourished and has a wholesome relationship to life. Imagine this child touching the parts of the body that are painful. Imagine them offering reassurances that the day's difficulties have been resolved. Ge Hong's protocol is enhanced by hematite. The stone offers deep nourishment, the kind we may be looking for as a result of experiencing abandonment. It is magnetizing and has the ability to attract the things that we need to make life complete. It has the ability to mend and heal that which is broken. So what are the applications? Hematite is a stone that belongs to the trigonal crystal category, and it represents the process of wood generating fire. This stone has an affinity for the yin wood and yin fire personality, which you can see on another video that I will link at the end. You can massage, place, or tape hematite on the notch at the base of the throat on a point known as conception vessel 22 to encourage expression of buried emotions and to initiate the process of resolution. You can massage, place, or tape hematite on the soles of the feet to ground the energy and to lower the blood pressure or reduce anxiety. Hematite can be used in a stone meditation session to strengthen the root chakra. And there are a couple of protocols that may be helpful for some people. The first is the protocol to stabilize the energetic field, and it involves placing hematite on top of the head, 2 stones under the soles of the feet, and 1 in the center of the chest. Additionally, you can hold a transformative stone like blue lace agate in one hand and a harmonizing crystal like smoky quartz in the other. This protocol will connect the energetic circuitry of the body and is helpful for treating jet lag and seasonal affective disorder. Here's a protocol to address trauma. This protocol combines hematite with malachite and tree agate to pull trauma out of the lower body. It is especially useful if there is a history of sexual abuse. Place hematite under the feet on a point known as kidney 1. Place malachite directly underneath the tailbone on a point known as dew 1. And place tree agate on the midline of the lower abdomen on the upper border of the pubic bone on ring 2. Meditate with these stones and feel the trauma releasing. To treat a sprain or fracture in the elbow, place magnetized hematite on the shoulder and the wrist. Then place a stone that contains copper, such as azurite, on the elbow. The magnetic charge from the hematite on the elbow and wrist will move through the copper-containing stone, in this case azurite, and intensify the treatment. It is said that powdered hematite can be applied to wounds to stop bleeding, but I believe this is an ancient remedy, and there are more approachable methods these days. Hematite powder can be mixed with a medium such as petroleum jelly or sesame oil and applied as a poultice over the liver and the spleen to address enlargement of these organs and to help break up stagnant blood. I have not tried this, so please take it with a grain of salt. When worn as a ring, hematite addresses deficiency in the associated organs. For instance, a ring worn on the thumb can help address lung yin deficiency, and a ring worn on the little finger will affect the heart meridian and can improve the circulation of blood. An amulet or bracelet can be worn during times of increased metabolic activity, such as the first trimester of pregnancy when iron loss is likely. Hold a polished stone in the hands to calm the spirit and warm the hands or alleviate symptoms of arthritis. Hematite enhances the travel and opportunity palace and can bring new opportunities into one's life. Place a sculpture in the west to enhance the travel palace. Hematite also enhances the palace of prosperity and helps generate health, wealth, and abundance. Place a stone in the south to enhance prosperity. When combined with beryl, hematite's descending nature is accentuated. And when combined with bloodstone, hematite addresses anemia caused by heavy menstrual bleeding or hemorrhage. When used as an elixir, hematite increases hemoglobin. The stone will rust if it remains in water, so it is advisable to use polished and tumbled stones. Simmer hematite in boiling water for 30 minutes to make a decoction, and remove it before adding other stones or herbs. There are a few cautions and contraindications to be aware of. Hematite should not be combined with stones that contain phosphorus, such as apatite, pictured here, especially during the second and third trimester of pregnancy. Phosphorus interferes with the absorption of calcium. And although both represent the combination of fire and water, hematite is incompatible with amethyst. Consistent use is generally only advised for the very young or for women who are in their first trimester of pregnancy. Others should wear it only occasionally. Hematine is a magnetized composite, and it's made out of magnetite and small amounts of copper, titanium, and aluminum. It is almost indistinguishable from hematite, but hematine is a material that has been permanently magnetized, and it does not have the same effects as true hematite. So be careful when selecting and sourcing the stone. Hematite is incompatible with pyrite and silver, so this is important to be aware of. You would not want to get a silver and hematite piece of jewelry. Hematite does not need to be cleansed or recharged. It is used to recharge many other stones, especially the stones that affect the blood level. And here are some images of hematite. These are the cave paintings that were found. The Cave of Altamira in France, I believe. And they used ochre and hematite to draw these animals. Here are some other cave paintings from Bimbetka. And the petroglyphs. Well, thank you for joining me tonight on another episode. I hope you're having a wonderful day or weekend, and I'll see you next time.